Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I've been in the crypto space for a little over 4 years now, and I've noticed over that period of time that there's no shortage of people that think that they're late to the party. They've really missed the bus. The opportunity in crypto, it's mostly long gone, and there's also no shortage of people that just won't buy cryptocurrencies when, relatively speaking, they're freaking cheap. It's kind of funny to me. And so for the people that think most of the opportunity in crypto is already gone, I say, wow, you couldn't be more wrong. The vast majority of the opportunity in crypto, it's yet ahead. This is a tiny asset class, and it's going to be gigantic in the future. It's under, at the time I record this, under $2.1 trillion in terms of market cap for this entire asset class. That's going to be probably hundreds of trillions in the future. It's going to be freaking massive. And there's so much opportunity. And you know what I keep seeing? And I want to highlight this. I'll probably do this I'll just do it towards the beginning part of the video. I keep seeing more and more famous investors recognizing that that utility, it's actually going to be required for the long-term viability of any cryptocurrency. It needs to actually functionally get used. Which is why, I understand what I hold. I hold a bunch of XRP. I know what I hold. And as long as it continues to functionally be useful and solve problems for people, I don't think it's going to go away. And I sleep so easy at night knowing that this space is just going to get bigger and bigger. And as long as I continue to see XRP being used by people, and as long as it's actually solving problems, I couldn't be more confident. It's actually really still early days. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit about that, and also I want to share with you some perspective from a few chart analysts, just touch on price. Nothing crazy happened today. We're in a little bit of red today, but it's nothing completely horrendous. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. At the time I'm recording this, XRP is at 78 cents, Bitcoin's at 42,696, as I stated, market cap for the asset class just under 2.1 trillion, Bitcoin dominance at 38.57%. XRP at 78 cents. I have a feeling if you were to fast forward, say a decade from now, the idea of 78 cent XRP is going to be ridiculous. Then people will really feel like they've missed the bus, right? Which is why I have a feeling, I'm not going to ever say how much XRP I hold. I mean, I always reserve the right to change my opinion. I find it very unlikely that I'd ever do that. I like my privacy on that front. I'll still be willing to share with you, what percentages of my holdings I'm selling along the way. Happy to do that. But I just have this suspicion because I get it. We're super early. We are so early to the party. It's very rude of all of us that we have showed up this early. The hosts are not yet ready to have guests yet. We're that early to the party. We're being jerks. We're so rude to be in this early, right? And so I just have this feeling that XRP, which happens to be my largest holding, I have a feeling that even the quantity of XRP that I hold, the idea that a single everyday person could hold this much XRP and afford it, it's going to be completely absurd in the future, right? And you know what got me thinking about it? It was this tweet from a Twitter account called Documenting Bitcoin. And what's on your screen right now is a screen grab from a Bitcoin forum from July. There's a message from July 25th, 2010. So this is a little over a year and a half after Bitcoin launched. Okay. And so there's this member of the forum named Ichi, ICHI, and the topic, the subject of this discussion is, how many Bitcoins do you own? Let us know. And this Ichi individual wrote the following on July 25th, 2010. I have only 600 Bitcoins, virtually all generated last week. I missed the bus. Frowny face emoji. I'll be buying some soon, smiley face emoji. Which is why I said, I get you, just let enough time pass. It's going to be impossible for the average person to have that, which is why I said what I said about my XRP holdings, and it could be true of your XRP holdings too. Because I just believe it's going to be worth a fortune in the future. You know what that 600 Bitcoins this individual held at that time, at least? You know what that would be worth today? Over $25 million. $25 million. But this individual missed the bus. Which is why it was funny. There's somebody down here responded and wrote, I hope he kept at least that 600 Bitcoin till now. My heart goes out to him for missing the bus, though. He missed the bus, right? No, he was early as hell. It's all perspective. That's why I tell you, like, even if you feel like it's late, no. My gosh, I think XRP is going to be worth a freaking fortune in the future. And then these types of comments, like, they're just interesting, right? And and here we are. And so take a look at this. This is from Cointelegraph. Aside from Shark Tank, Mark Cuban says 80% of his new investments are in crypto. Yeah, and so I'll tell you this. I'm not currently purchasing cryptocurrencies, but I am thinking that, especially once we hit the bear market, probably all of my new money that I earn is going to go into crypto, other than what I need to spend. And I'll always keep a certain amount of cash just for emergencies, whatever. But yeah, pretty much all just going to go into crypto. And then when I sell my crypto for profit, I'll put it in other asset classes that are less volatile, just to be sufficiently diverse. But new money, yeah. I think that if you fast forward over the next decade, you'll see the crypto asset class will dramatically outperform any other investment opportunity. That's my expectation here. And so take a look at this. Here's a quote from Mark Cuban. The investments I'm making now are not in traditional business. 80% of the investments I make that are non-Shark Tank are in and around cryptocurrencies. And then the piece continues. Cuban theorized how a decentralized autonomous organization, or DAO, might work in providing colonoscopies and other necessary medical procedures. He also posited that many new businesses modeled after the crypto economy, decentralized and trustless, would disrupt traditional institutions including banking, insurance, and the book industry. And here's another quote from him. It's 1995 for cryptocurrencies, end quote, said Cuba, referencing the crypto industry, that the crypto industry was still in its early days akin to the internet. And here's another quote. Cryptocurrency is hard to understand and it's a hassle. But 10 years from now, these applications, there's going to be those that succeed. That'll create its own economy. And just like the internet days, it'll be the younger generation that figures it out first and is innovative. And so there you go. People are getting this. And yes, market speculators are not sufficiently parsing out the differences between cryptocurrencies today. That's very clear. The asset class is immature, and it's not clear which cryptocurrencies are going to be here in the long haul. But there is at least that's how your typical market speculator here perceives this all. But there's a clear understanding that those cryptocurrencies that solve problems, and even here he cited, even in banking, like those will be the cryptocurrencies where you fast forward a decade now, they're going to be here. And that's where the money's just going to pour into it. And so that's why I'm continuing every single day, literally, and I have been for over 4 years, every day monitoring what's happening with XRP, watching the evolution. Because as long as it's useful, it's not going to reverse course. I mean, not permanently. I mean, obviously, it's a volatile asset class, but what I mean by not reversing course is the overall trend of upwards, which is what we've been seeing for XRP since it was created and first traded on open markets in 2013. That's what I'm talking about. Why the hell would that change if it's becoming more useful and the asset class is just getting bigger? And so this is where all the money's going to go, to cryptocurrencies that are solving real problems here. There's an understanding of that. Now, Bitcoin, within the last 24 hours, it got as high as $44,380. And you can see, if it's a 24-hour chart, you can see today's not been pretty for Bitcoin, but it's not horrendous. We've seen much worse volatility in the past. But yeah, market speculators not feeling so hot. Here's a crypto fear and greed index. At 21 out of 100. So your typical retail speculator is in extreme fear. And I'm sitting here elated, recognizing big picture, all of the opportunity. It doesn't make no damn sense to be fearful right now. The best is yet ahead, folks. It couldn't be more obvious. And here you have these dimwits that are actually fearful. I'm not actually being venomous. I'm having a little fun in the way I'm characterizing this. I don't think these people are actually them. Just to be clear, I'm having a little fun with it. I don't think they're stupid. I think they're normal humans, but you got to arm yourself with knowledge so that you don't feel things that you don't need to feel. You know what I mean? Or maybe you do need to feel, but if you need to feel it, then I'm concerned that perhaps you're over leveraged at this point, which is another big no-no in investing as far as I'm concerned. And then there was this from chart analyst Michael Vandepop. He wrote, "This correction is part of the accumulation of Bitcoin. All still fine." That was from just this afternoon, 3:09 p.m. And then there was this from chart analyst Leb Crypto from just several hours or so ago. "Bitcoin loves these kind of moves, especially on lower time frames. This is my expectation in the very short term." And here I'll make that chart. Here it is full screen. So look, you can see this is what he's expecting, and like again, the analysts I follow, they don't freak out when this stuff happens. Like, okay, yeah, it went down, and he's expecting it to bounce out and go above $44,000. In fact, somebody was basically asking him here. It's on your screen right now. Is $35,000 Bitcoin going to be a thing? Is that level going to get hit? And Love Crypto wrote, in the midterm, yes, quite likely, but first we see higher, in my opinion, $45,000 to $48,000. So there you go. Even if it goes to the downside, I'm just going to be totally chill. So if you're ever freaking out, you can always come to the Moon Lambo channel. Like I don't flip out emotionally. So if I can help anybody to like simmer down a little bit, that would make me feel. If I can actually, I can't tell you to buy or sell or hold. You got to make that decision for yourself. I would never be willing to make any sort of, I wouldn't be willing to offer that advice, let's say. I wouldn't want to be responsible for that. But I can certainly help. I certainly at least try to help you simmer down if you're feeling emotions, which again, it really does just make you, it makes you a normal human. You're not actually stupid. Again, sometimes I just have a little bit of fun the way I characterize it, because it is stupid. Like, we can poke fun at. Like, we've all felt these emotions. I've admitted publicly many times, I used to feel those emotions, and I wasn't acting on them, but I still felt them. And it's stupid still. Like, the fact that I was feeling those emotions, it's kind of ridiculous because it wasn't logic-based. I felt stuff. So I feel like I've been there too. I can make fun of it a little bit, right? We've all done it. We've all done it. We're human, right? Then there was this from Chart Analyst, or actually, maybe he's probably more well-known as just an on-chain analyst, more specifically anyway. But Will Clemente, he said the following, and this is so true. Correlation to equities so strong, might as well just be watching them, LOL. So he's talking about the correlation of the crypto asset class, specifically Bitcoin, to the stock market. And then he shared this tweet, Bitcoin in orange, NASDAQ in blue. Here's the chart that he shared. And this was over a short time period, admittedly. This is less than a 24-hour period. But look at this. You got Bitcoin in orange, NASDAQ in blue. Very samey, is it not? And so look, it's very clear that, especially for the big moves, if you look over longer time frames, there's a strong correlation. I mean, the most obvious recent example would be during the pandemic in March of 2020, when everything went to hell. Stocks were crumbling, and then the crypto asset class just followed that. And ultimately, both rebounded quite a bit. But there's a strong correlation there. And it's so interesting. So, like, maybe people are putting money into crypto as a hedge against tumultuous times and inflation. But even if many are doing that, it doesn't mean that that crypto, and Bitcoin specifically, it doesn't mean that it won't crash when equities get hit hard. It doesn't mean that. Clearly, that's what the data shows. So, but still, that doesn't scare me either. Like, it's still just trending upward. And even despite massive corrections, like, those are just buying opportunities, whether you're talking about the stock market or crypto. Like, that's just a matter-of-fact statement as far as I'm concerned. So that's where we're at right now. So I don't know about you folks, but I'm feeling pretty damn good. I hope you guys recognize how early we are to the party and can sufficiently appreciate this, because whatever quantity of XRP you hold, I don't need to know it. You don't need to tell me. Don't tell me. But whatever you're holding, it's going to be like people a decade from now. I just have this feeling that if you were to tell them a decade from now how much you had today in 2022, they'd be like, oh my freaking God. Because again, 600 Bitcoins, this guy just got him in a week. Just 600 Bitcoins, and he's feeling like he missed the bus. That's over $25 million freaking dollars, folks. $25 million. Welcome to crypto, everybody. Welcome to crypto. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.